Hi everyone, this is Yvette and thanks for joining me for this watercolor painting tutorial. Today's video I will be sharing with you all how I paint a simple Easter wreath, and this is a real-time step-by-step tutorial, so grab your paint and let's start it. Thanks so much to my patrons, because of them these tutorials are possible. And if you're my patron, don't worry, I have your outline ready for you in Patron Home. Use any circle you have on hand. Draw the shape of an egg and cut it out. This will be your stencil. We will use this stencil after drawing the roses. Find the middle of the circle and draw an horizontal line. Now draw a large circle that will be the main rose. Now draw two small circles on the sides that will be the smaller roses. With the help of the stencil, trace 3 eggs in different positions. Now it's time to draw the bow. be doing is softening some of my line eraser. Erase as much as you can the pencil lines. So now the brushes I'm going to be using is going to be my number 10 long run, but you can, if you have an 8 or a 6, it works good as well. And for the little details, as the little branches, I'm going to be using an 0000 or a liner. If you have a liner, is good as well. Then for the leaves, these tiny leaves, I'm going to be using a round number 0. And I think as well we're going to be using it for the decoration of the little eggs as well. Now the paintings. So let's start then by painting the bow. Okay, so I'm going to add some of the pink first. So I'm going to be using my round number 10. I have my 2 glasses of water, and I have my little container of spray, water spray, just to spray the paints. So what I'm going to do now is with the tip of my brush, and it's very important as well to have napkins or towel paper, whatever works good for you, because each time that I change colors I need to clean my brush. This is a very important rule when you're painting watercolor, to keep clean the water and to keep clean your brush. Okay, so I'm going with the tip of my brush and mixing the color just to have a transparent color. And I'm going to start by applying the outside part of the bow and this part of the ribbon, and in this part. I'm going to clean my brush. Take out the excess of the water, and then I'm going to move this part of the paint so the darker areas stay in these 2 angles. Okay, so I'm going to go back and grab a little more of the pink with a little less water, and with the tip of my brush I want to add this color here and here. So don't worry if you see that the colors are very strong. As soon as they get dry, we are going to lose between the 30 and 40% of the intensity of the color. Okay, so let's do it again. I'm going to add water because I want to have the transparent pink, and we cannot paint this one because it's attached or close to this part, so we need to wait this one to get dry. We can paint this part. This part of the silk ribbon is on the back, therefore is darker. So we need to have a darker color. So I'm just like swapping a little bit the excess of the water. Then I'm going to go back and load my brush with less water and apply it in this part first. And I'm going to leave it alone. So I'm going to grab again more water, light pink, and we can paint. Let's paint this one. Okay, so for this one we want to have light color in the middle. So I'm adding water, then clean my brush, and then I'm going to meet these 2 parts. I'm going to grab again more paint, clean the excess. I'm gonna grab more thick paint, less water, and with the tip of my brush two edges, the ribbon. Okay, we can even go back and add a little more of pink, less water, and just touch this area here and here. And this is a very beautiful pink. Okay, going to clean my brush. As I'm using the same color, just I am cleaning my brush because I want to control the amount of water and paint that I'm going to be using next. So here we need to wait this part to get dry because these two are attached. So while we are waiting, we can start painting the background of the wreath. And I'm going to be first adding some of my raw sienna that I have it here in this little corner. So I'm going to grab my brush, grab a little bit that is here already, and bring it into my palette. A little bit more water. Okay. And what I'm going to be doing with the tip again of my brush. The brush strokes should be done in all directions. Leave some areas unpainted. Now I want this to get dry because I want to see the strokes super clear. So to keep it working, we can wait still a little longer. We can start painting the base of the eggs. For the base of the eggs, we have here a little leaves that we need to be careful, okay? So this one is going to be with purple, so I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of my purple, and I'm going to add water into the paint because I want to have a very transparent soft purple. So you can wet first, or you can do like a dry paper with wet. That's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to move the paint. I'm gonna go around these leaves. Clean my brush. And I just wanna have a very nice solid color here. Now that it's like solid purple, I wanna go back and grab a little bit more of the purple with less water, and I want to add this purple in the bottom in this part. To clean my brush and just move a little bit the paint, tapping like this, very soft and gentle, and I'm going to leave it alone. So I'm going to paint this in the orange, and I cannot do this because there to close. Something that you can do as well is to paint it and leave a little line in between. It's another way. So orange, I have here my orange and cadmium. This is the orange, cadmium yellow orange with water. And again, start adding a little bit with the tip of your brush, cleaning the excess of the water because I want to move the paint that I have in my brush. Okay, grab a little bit more of the orange with less water, and I'm going to add it in this part. Clean my brush and just tap it pretty soft and gentle and leave it alone. Okay, so for the pink, I want to grab water, light paint with water, and what I'm going to do is to paint the circle. And then I go back with more pink, less water, and in the bottom here, and this part, and in the top, and some lines like this. I'm going to leave it alone. This is dry, so we can paint this one that is going to be the same as this one. First light pink, more water, and I need to be careful to not touch this part because if not the water is going to invite this pink inside and we're not going to be able to control it. Then a little bit of darker pink. To grab more dark pink. Because this ribbon is behind, so we need to have darker color. Okay, so to be able to paint this, we need to wait to get dry. That's the process. So while we're waiting, we can start painting the first rose. Okay, so for the roses, I totally recommend you first to try in a little piece of paper. So let me show you. This is a little piece of water. What I'm going to be doing first is grab a little bit of the pink with the tip of my brush. And the idea when I am painting roses is painting a Z, like this, and then the opposite. See? This is the beginning. And then you're going to go around and like a hug, giving a hug. And again. And then again. And you're going to start opening the strokes. More water, and it's important when we're painting roses to leave white areas that are going to be helping us to understand that is this actually a rose. Okay, so let's grab more paint. to be adding a little bit of this darker with less water to change and to give more like a shadows in between. And okay, let's do another one. So see, water was very thick, and I'm going to start going around. And I want you to see the white areas. And it's like the rose is, the petals are growing from small to big, and at some point you need to decide to stop. Okay, let's paint the last one. In the center I like to have like darker, and it can be a number 6 as well. Look at this, okay? And then start moving around and around. And sometimes with the same load of paint, you don't need to even to come back and add more paint. So you can use the one that you have already there. So there you go. So I'm going to grab more thick paint and going in the middle and just add some strokes, and like that can be like a shadows. I have a little here. I can come back as well. Okay, so this is a loose rose, very simple, and that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so let's start with the big one. So I'm going to prepare my color. So I'm loading my brush with this light pink, and this is thick color just for the center. And let's start. I will start by painting the center and then expand the petals little by little. And moving around. Here I load again because the paper is bigger, the flower is bigger. More water. Here I need to be careful, do not go so far. And I'm building the rose. So I'm going to go back with thick paint and going to add in the center more thick paint and add like another tone of the pink here and there. These are going to be like the shadows of the petals, okay? Even, as I told you before, we can even use a very dark red, a deep red. See, this is a really good deep red. Just to have different tones is important. Okay, and I'm going to leave it alone. Clean my brush. And I'm going to leave it alone. So this is almost ready. So I'm going to change my brush for number 0, and I'm going to grab a little bit of my burnt umber that I have here. Let me add some water to my paint. And I'm going to be mixing this color, the burnt umber, with the raw sienna that we had before. And I'm going to start adding some strokes in the top of what we paint, but we want to build this, like you want to see the raw sienna, you want to see some whites, you want to see all the colors that you are using, so all directions. Here little hair. Okay, so the other side. Same. Here I just need to be careful because I have the rose and some leaves, green leaves. I just want to go around. So this we need to wait to get dry again. And now what I'm going to do is to use my hair dryer to keep painting, okay? Okay, I'm back. And what I'm going to be painting now is, let's finish this part of the bow. So we're just missing these two ribbons, part of the ribbon. So we have here our pink with water. And this part needs to be super dark. So let's start painting this. So again, let's start by the edge. I'm going to clean my brush with clean water, and I'm moving the paint. And now go back, thick painting. And look how I'm just dragging the paint. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. And then here, thick pink. And this dry paper with wet. And this is the first part because then we're going to be adding some of the purple to give more volume and movement to the bow. Okay. Okay, so this part is done. this step, so we need to wait this to get dry to keep adding. So but now I can paint these two roses. So let's prepare the paint. I want to have enough pink in my palette. And still I'm going to be using the same brush, the number 10. And I'm using the 10 because it's a good size and it's pointed, so it's a long round. You can use an 8 or a 6 star. I'm going to find the center. And I'm going to do the 2 C's. And I'm going to start moving around. Leaving some areas in white. And going around. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of thick paint and go in the center and start moving and adding this pink all around some areas, not all of them. Okay, so then with the tip of my brush I'm going to put the dark red we have here. It's a deep red because I want to have a very rich red color in the center and in some other areas. I'm going to clean my brush and just moving to the same direction. Go back. Here when I have darker red because of the shadow. Okay, clean my brush because we have this red. Now let's paint this one. Okay. So loading my brush with a light pink. Finding the center. Oh, the paper is moving. Let me just tape it again. Find the center and I'm start painting the number C, the C or number 6, whatever works good for you, and going around. When the rose is tiny, I can keep using the same load of paint. Some of the white areas that I don't paint, some are thin and some are wider, so have different sizes. Okay, so thick paint in the center first, and I'm going to add some of this in some areas. Then the deep red, the tip of my brush, the center, and I'm gonna add some of these shadows here. Just building the shadows wherever you feel your rose needed. I try to keep the highlights as much as I can and go around the highlights. Let's see, this is still is wet, so we can revisit a little more. This is dry. Okay, so we are going to wait to see how these two looks when they are all dry, to decide if we need to add more color. Okay, so I'm cleaning my brush, and as this is dry, we can paint the blue egg with our ultramarine. I have it here with a light color, and here we have a little leaf, so we need to be careful. So I'm going to go with a little amount of paint, spreading the color all around. So I don't have pearls, so it's a good amount of paint here. And now I'm going to go back and add more of the same color, the ultramarine, with less water. And I want to add in this part. And here. So I'm going to clean my brush and just tap the color like this. I want to grab a little bit more of the ultramarine. I want to add a little bit of this color again in the tip. This is dry. Let's go back to use our 0, and we're going to use again our burnt umber, but this time straight color. We're not mixing it, and I'm going to start with the left. So same. If you don't see the difference of the color, like what happened now, what I'm going to do is to grab a little bit of my Payne's gray and mixing it, because I want to have then a very dark, rich brown. Okay, so let's see. Just adding some strokes. Make more. All directions. Oh, that was good. With the tip of my brush, Then you can just add like an extra, like here and there, you know, stem branch that go out. Here we have our leaves, so we need to just pay more attention. Keep moving and painting. We have here more leaves. And some of the leaves are little like roses. Actually, these three are roses. We're going to go back. Part. Prepare more. And try to paint always with the tip of your brush, and again in all directions. Here we have another like type of like a roses, baby roses. Just go around. So I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to start painting the green. So I have here my permanent green, and again I'm going to be using my number 0. And I have here my Hawker's green. And I'm going to start painting from left to right. And some Hawker's green. Pattern. It's too much. And the bottom of the leaf and the tip of the leaf, and we're going to leave it alone. So we're going to keep moving, doing the same with these two greens. to add some of the steam here. Oops, too much water. I can clean it with the same brush. I'm like swapping. Let me add more green here. Okay. And the hawker's green in the tip and in the bottom. I want to be sure which ones are leaves and which one are flowers. These three are flowers. Okay. And in this point, I want to feel like free to add as many like leaves and flowers and, you know, branches I want. Yeah, this part is going to take a little longer, so feel free to go and grab some coffee or tea or come back. I'm going to be here. This tutorial is going to be ready for you. It's going to stay here in my YouTube channel and my website, free to watch, until Sunday night. And I'm going to share with you my website if you want to go and check my website to see all the things that I am sharing with you guys, acrylic tutorials and watercolor tutorials. Feel free to come and check it out and let me know your opinion. Okay, so let's keep adding more lips. Light green and dark green. And with the same color, I like to add some of the branches of the leaves like this. Hope I didn't cover myself. Let's keep moving. You can paint two at the same time. Grab dark green in the tip and the bottom. And with the same green, you can add this thing like this. Clean my brush. Walker's green, the tip and the bottom. the purple and this green looks so good. Okay, my brush. Just at the tip of my brush, I want to just correct this leaf. Let's keep painting. Green. And here we're missing something, so we're going to be correcting this part later. So more light green, more leaves to work for here. So these are roses, and here we need to have tiny leaves. Here are no, like I didn't add the outline, so is where you can be more like creative and add whatever you need. The tip and the bottom. I'm going to change my brush to paint these little tiny stems. Maybe I'm going to go with a focus green. I'm adding some little branches, because then with my number 0 I'm going to go back with my pink and grab a little bit of the light pink first. Oh, we need to be sure that it's clean with no green, so let's start again. Light pink, a little circle, and then dark pink. Okay, let's paint the other one. First with a little tiny one, 0, 0, 0 round, and we're going to be adding this branch here in this part. When I am painting branches, I try always to do a Y at the end of the branch to look like a Y. Okay, let's go with the light pink first. And little circles. And then dark pink. I try to add in the bottom where the branch touch the circle, and it's okay if that the colors blend. Okay, so let's keep adding with this pink. I'm going to be painting these little flowers that are still closed. Light, and in the bottom dark, and that's it. First is light and then dark. Light, dark color in the bottom. Have another one here, light. It get lost a little bit with all the branches, but it's okay, it's there. I can even paint another one here, light pink, and then dark pink. Okay, let's do this one. Just need to be careful that around the flower everything is dry, because if not the brown is going to like move into the flower. You don't want brown. To like make it lighter, so I'm just swapping the color. And another one here. Ta-da! And darker pink in the bottom. Very subtle, you know. So now what we can do is to clean your brush and grab the light green, that is your permanent green, with a lot of water to make this light green. And I'm going to start adding little dots. It was too dark, so I want to have a very light green. So let's do it again. There you go. Little drops, little dots. Different sizes is very important. No all need to be like little tiny ones, okay? But all around. It need to be a light green, because by the time that it's going to dry, it's going to be subtle. Oops, careful. Oops, too heavy. So use your napkin or paper and just clean. More water to have light green. And let's go back again. Very subtle. So with the same brush, I'm going to decorate the eggs. So first I want to grab my purple, a little bit of water, because I want to have this like darker color than this part, okay? Just we need to be careful with your hands. And you can decorate, that suppose is this way, so you can decorate whatever you want. These are just simple. also you can wait this to get dry and move the paper in a direction that it works good for you. That's the first one. Then with the blue, our ultramarine blue, that we have here with less water, we're going to do some dots. So I like to imagine that it's like invisible lines, like this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I start 1, and then I imagine the line. Okay, this is my first line. So the next line is going to be in between. So this is another line, but I'm going to start here. See, in between these two. Let's keep moving. In between. In between. Okay. Now the orange. Clean very well. Let's grab more orange, but this time with less water. We need to correct this part, so let me show you how. I'm going to clean first my brush, and I'm going to add just straight clean water. And I'm going to wet the whole egg, including this part that I miss. That I suppose it can be the rose or it can be the egg. I'm going to grab a little bit of the orange, and I'm going to paint this part. And as I wet the background, it's going to move. And I'm not going to have the broccoli effect because of this. Okay, so this part I need to wait this to get dry. While we are waiting, so we're going to add more shadows into our bow. So for that, I want to grab some of my purple, and I'm going to come close to my pink and mix it with the pink. So we're going to have a violet. Okay, so for that, I'm going to start adding shadows in this part. It's like we're doing something we call wash. I'm doing a wash because I'm adding a color in top of another color that is already there. Okay. Now I want to add some lines that will be like the foldings of this part of the bow. And now shadow in this part of the rim. And here. So here I'm going to clean my brush because I want to move this color. So now I'm working dry paper with wet. Okay. Load my brush again. And now I want to flip a little bit the paint because I want to be able to add some shadows here into this wash with the same violet and in this part. Clean my brush and in this part. And a little bit in this area. Cleaning my brush and moving this color. Okay? So let's check. This is still wet, so let me check what else we need. I'm going to grab my tinting brush and some of my Hoff's green just to add some branches, green branches here on this part of these flowers, these roses that are close. Okay, so it looks, I need just to dry it 1 second. Okay, it's drying, and I'm going to be using again my number 0 and some of the orange up here in this corner and some zigzag. With the tip of my brush, and slow. Here I'm going to be adding a little bit of my deep red, just a little bit to the orange because I need to see the difference of the colors. Okay, so let's revisit, and if we see something that we want to add, maybe some more leaves with my Hawker's green. I can add some tiny ones. Here and there. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I hope you like it, and I hope you learned something from me today. Here you have today's painting, and here you have the sample. Thank you so much for coming today, guys, and remember, guys, if you're enjoying my video, don't forget to like as well as subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell to get the notification wherever I am doing or I stream video or if I post a new tutorial. And this is just a few ways to support my channel and to help me to serve even more to all of you. So thank you so much again for coming, guys, and I'm going to call this painting done, and that's it. I hope you got fun and like it, and see you next time, next Thursday. Remember, we have every Thursday we have a new tutorial. Thank you so much, guys, again, and have a good one. Bye bye.